There's nothing more powerful than the feeling of confidence and pride you gain when you keep trudging forward, face life's challenges, face life's challenges head on, and push yourself to change for the better. As Chris put it, the rule helped me process the experience of succeeding and failing in so many levels. Ultimately, this awareness gave me the power and control over my positive and negative thoughts. There's nothing more powerful than the feeling of confidence and pride you gain when you keep trudging forward, face life's challenges head on, and push yourself to change for the better. As Chris put it, the rule helped me process the experience of succeeding and failing on so many levels. Ultimately, this awareness gave me power and control over my positive and negative thoughts. As we started to reconnect with friends, the rule would often come up. You will find that too. Jennifer learned the rule and told her nurse about it. Her nurse's response, "You have no idea how many times I will need to do this a day." Jennifer. I was talking to my nurse about my amazing trip to Nashville, and was telling her about Mel Robbins' 5-4-3-2-1 rule, and she was blown away and going to start doing it. She said, "You have no idea how many times I will need to do this in a day." 5-4-3-2-1. The rule ignites something powerful in everyone who tries it. One of my friends had the courage to ask for a divorce, and another left his consulting job for one that didn't require travel. Left at a work par lost 73 pounds, and my uncle stopped talking about giving up smoking and finally quit. A friend of Chris moved back to Maine and used the rule, negotiate an awesome job working remotely. The 5-second rule gave them all what it had given me: the framework, the courage, and the method for how to push yourself to change. The first time I shared the rule in public was in 2011 during a TEDx talk entitled "How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over." The funny thing is that the talk was mostly about my dream of becoming a top talk radio show host, and how I help people live the lives that they really want. I only mentioned the 5-second rule at the very end of a speech, and I barely even explained it. What happened next was crazy. The talk went viral, millions of people watched it online, and that's not all. They started writing. Every single day I hear from people around the world who are using the rule, just like Mark. Mark is using it to create some pretty incredible changes in just 6 months. Just so you know, with the help of 5-second rule and your inspiration, I'm doing so much in the last 6 months. Like one page to double my business in 2 years, writing a book on business sales, and then another one on 100 days outside of my comfort zone. Finding and being with the woman beyond my dreams. Being closer with my kids than ever and making plans to explore the world. It's the closest thing. More than 100,000 people in more than 80 countries to date have written to me about their experiences using it. As more and more people started to write with questions and requests for more information, I began to research the rule in depth so that I could better understand the many ways you can use it and prove why it works. I'm a lawyer by profession, so I really went nuts on the research. I looked for precedent, evidence, and guidance as if I were going to have to prove my case about the 5-second rule to a jury. If I were going to have to prove my case, I looked for precedent, evidence, and guidance as if I were going to have to prove my case about the 5-second rule to a jury. It took me almost 3 years. I read everything I could on the subject of change, happiness, habits, motivation, and human behavior. I read social science experiments, happiness research, books on the brain, and neuroscience studies. I didn't limit my research to the experts. I sent questionnaires to everyday people like you and me who are using the rule. Then I got on the phone, Skype, and Google Chat and dug into the step-by-step experiences of what someone faces the moment they choose to change. As I deconstructed the moment of change, I uncovered something fundamental about how each and every one of us is wired. Right before we are about to do something that feels difficult, scary, or uncertain, we hesitate. Hesitation is the kiss of death. You might hesitate for just a nanosecond, but that's not all it takes. That one small hesitation triggers a mental system that's designed to stop you, and it happens in less than 5 seconds. Ever notice how fast the fear and self-doubt take over your head and you start making up excuses for why you shouldn't say something or do something? We hold ourselves back in the smallest, most mundane moments every day, and that impacts everything. If you break this habit of hesitating and you find the courage to take some kind of action, you will be astonished by how fast your life changes. That's what Keith discovered after learning the rule at a REMX convention. Now he's able to do extraordinary things. I first heard of you in 2015. Then I had the pleasure of seeing you live at the REMAX convention in Las Vegas in February 2016. You have inspired me to be able to do extraordinary things. I just had to get out of my own way and take action. In 18 months, I have achieved unbelievable success by opening 3 offices and recruiting more than 50 agents in Ole, Arkansas. No more hesitation, no more procrastination. I take some kind of action and it helps launch me to my goal. A large task suddenly becomes manageable. The hardest part is starting. Thank you for sharing your story and for encouraging us to be the best version of our lives. Best version of our lives.